Let me ask you, I want to go back to Brady just 1 second. I'm not a football player. Who am I? I don't think his 11-day absence is that big of a deal in terms of what's going to happen on the field, wins and losses for the season. What do you make of that?
Oh, I'm with you 100%. I mean, seriously, this guy won't miss a beat. He's going to be what he was, whether he spent those 11 days in camp or didn't. In today's world, everybody wants to know, where was he? What was happening? Or is he fighting with Giselle, Masked Singer? What? Yeah, I mean, it's like crazy stuff. And then the rumors begin to float and fly around, and who knows what happened. Tom will be what Tom would have been with those 11 days or not.
Right.
And Tom is, they talk about McVay as a unicorn. What do you say about Tom? How do you do that at that age? How do you do that? And the fact, I thought I had done his last game ever, the Tampa Bay Rams game, where he leads them back from a 27-3 deficit, and then the Rams pull it out at the end. But he's back, and of course, he's must-see TV. There's no question about that.
Yeah, I'm torn because I love watching him play, but I want to see how he does as a broadcaster. I'm very curious to see. And I'm sure you are, as a legendary broadcaster yourself. I'm sure there's some intrigue there to see how Tom does in the booth.
I think he'll do better than a lot of people realize. I've read some columns or comments from people saying, well, Tom is too structured and he's too concerned about his image, blah, 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 blah. The Tom I know will become immersed in this job. If Tom does this at whatever point, Tom is not going to phone it in. Tom is going to want to be great. I don't see. I've had a chance to play some golf with Tom, and he is a student beyond comprehension. And I watched him take a couple of lessons, and he wants to know everything about is the right elbow at a 27-degree angle to the left hip. That he's that immersive. So I don't see Tom doing anything but working his ass off if and when he goes into broadcasting.
I feel you on that. I agree 100%. The author, by the way, the McVay feature, it's ESPN. It wasn't Kevin Clark of the Ringer, my bad. Seth Wickersham. It's a great feature from early August, if anyone didn't see it. Last one on the football. You have a Packers game on the schedule, one of the Thursday nights, I believe. You have a Green Bay game, right? Will you and Kirk any plans to do some ayahuasca to prepare for the game so you can be on the same page as Aaron Rodgers?
I'm thinking about heading over to Aaron's house earlier in the week and figuring out what the hell this thing is, right?
It gives you more self-love. That was what he said.
But we get them like week 11 or 12. So this thing is going to play out in different forms by that point. So it's not as if, we have to start week 1 and get into this thing, which is a story in and of itself. But I'll tell you what, though. Aaron is, in terms of the players we meet with, you never come away empty. You always come away thinking. Now, granted, a lot of people, he's off-putting to a lot of people because of stuff that they go, oh, what does that really mean? But Aaron, Aaron's got a great brain. I don't care what you think about what he thinks, but the brain works. He really gets it. And you can't play at his level, too, without really having a great brain in addition to the physical skills and all of that. But every meeting we have with Aaron is elucidating, informative, and fun in a way. So he's one of those guys. Sometimes you go into a meeting with guys and go, oh, geez, can't wait to get out of here. Goodbye. Thanks very much. Not with Rodgers. Yeah. Never.
All right. Well, maybe, in the off season, you go to Costa Rica with him or wherever it was and do a little trip.
No, that's Brady. Brady goes to Costa Rica.
Yeah. Well,
he went to South America, didn't he? He was someplace in Colombia or Brazil.
He's working hard. He's working hard for that home life. Let me ask you that, since we're mentioning it. That's a really dicey subject. Do you feel like if you had a Bucks game this week, do you mention rumblings about him and Giselle? Do you stay away from that because it's so personal? I think that's a tough one for you guys to navigate because it's only been stuff we've seen in the post. So I don't know, how you handle that.
How I handle it is I have to know it's true. I have to know it's true. Otherwise, I'm doing a disservice to him. I'm doing a disservice to the audience. and frankly, myself and my reputation. Because if you start throwing crap out there and you're not sure of it, that's the best way to ruin your reputation, get them pissed off at you, as you know,
right.
and have the audience go, what? So, no, I think I would handle it in terms of, it's well known Tom missed 11 days. Not quite sure what would happen is in the meeting with Tom, you would go, here's what he said.
Right.
Here's what he said.
Right. You'd
Where'd
have
you
the
go? What'd you
meeting
do?
on Saturday. Yeah.
Then you'd have it on the record.
Yeah.
And as long as it's on the record, fine. If you don't know 1,000%, don't go there. I mean, that's been my mantra for years.
Yeah.